Hi guys, it's me, the Witch of Boise, here to do another pick a card reading. Today's reading is going to be a full moon reading. The full moon is in Sagittarius. I am super stoked. This is such a cool energy. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so there's going to be a lot of abundance and a lot of just really cool vibes. Today's date is June 17th, 2019. And so if you want to look back on that full moon, please do. Before I get started, make sure that you do like this video, subscribe, and comment below if it resonates with you. I love to read your comments. So also before I begin reading, this is a general read. So if it resonates with you, yes! Super stoked! I'm super excited when it resonates. If it doesn't resonate with you, well, I'm very sorry. So there are a total of 3 readings, so you're more than welcome to watch them all and see if any of it resonates. You can do that. So also, if there's any sort of love reading, I do a default reading to a female about a male, so pronouns are interchangeable. So he's can be she's, she's can be he's, he, she, whatever's going on in your life. And let's get started. So we have, again, a total of 3 cards. So your number 1 is lapis lazuli, and that is past life. Number 2 is ruby, and that is shine. And then we have number 3, which is labradorite, and that's take action. So 1, 2, 3, pick a card, any card. We're gonna start with number 1. All right, here is that lapis lazuli, past life. So I'm going to just start to read the cards. So you only got 2 tarot cards, and the first one is the shadow side. This is also the devil card. And then you got the high priest, or the hierophant. So very interesting energy. So I do feel like, since this is lapis lazuli and there is a past life energy coming through, you're trying to get past your own demons. You're trying to get past your own obsessions, your own addictions, and these have been repeated in your past life. So I feel like there's things and themes that are going on in your life where it feels strangely familiar, and you're trying to learn from it, and you're trying to grow from it. And there is that hierophant, or the high priest, that is teaching you, and that's going this way. Both of these cards are earth signs. So this is Capricorn, this is Taurus. So keep that in mind as well if that is one of your zodiac signs. But I do feel like this is something of like a I'm feeling like it's lessons that need to be learned. Okay, so then you got the Sedna, which is infinite supply. And this is, you are supplied for today and all of your tomorrow. So this is really emphasizing the law of attraction and things, and kind of like that whole idea of law of attraction, which is the moment you say that I don't have this, that's what the universe gives you. So you have that infinite supply. You just have to get in that right mindset. And this devil card could be what your blockage is in order to get that infinite supply. Okay, so this is going to be the Black Moon Astrology, or Astrology. Yeah, it's astrology cards. Oh my gosh, my brain is mush. So I'm just gonna read them out. You got a crap ton of them. So the first one is the 8th house, and that is endings and beginnings. You got the Grand Trine, which is blessings. You got Saturn, which is truth. You got Saturn return, age. You got Mars, force. You have Jupiter, abundance. Aries, I am. Pluto, transformation. Uranus, genius. And water element, sensing. So this is a really interesting kind of like energy that's going on. There's definitely Capricorn energy that is shining right through. That would be your Saturn and truth and Saturn return age. So there's a truth that needs to be told. And I think that with the Devil card, it's really masking that truth. So it's time to be honest with ourselves. And I think this age is coming from like we're becoming older and wiser, and we need to really be truthful of who ourselves are. There is, because you are learning these lessons, there are becoming those endings and beginnings. So it definitely feels like things are ending, and this is like that past life junk that keeps getting brought up, and I feel like you're gonna finally end it and end it for good. So all of the rest of your next lives, you're not going to have to repeat this lesson. And you're receiving blessings with it as well. Now, I am feeling like there is an Aries energy as well, because you did get that Mars force and the Aries I am. So there is a definite Capricorn and Aries feelings that are going on here. So this can be you, this can be someone else, this can be something that is tied within it. Whatever this obsession, and this could be a person as well, whatever this obsession is, it's time to let it go and end it. Because you're in a moment of transformation. When you end things, you're transforming from it. You are beginning from it. So that is definitely what seems to be happening here. You did get abundance as well, and abundance is going back to that law of attraction. So you are in this like really cool mindset of getting abundance of what you're wanting. Then you have that Uranus, and that's genius, and it feels like you are really being smart about how you're overcoming this, these obstacles, these obsessions, these addictions. It feels like you are like tapping into another form of genius. And then you also are tapping into your psychic abilities with that water element. Okay, then you got the rising sun. A dark phase and struggle is over. A new phase is upon you, one of hope, glory, light, and triumph. It is won through boldness and persistence. You have been through much, and now victory is upon you, beloved. For the divine solar child, a new consciousness within you is born. How freaking cool. That is really emphasizing with those endings and beginnings. And I do feel like this shadow side, this devil card, it's really kind of getting this hamper, but you're moving from it. You've learned from it. Okay, then you got Mother of Mercy, and that's stopping the cycle of manipulation. This is also stop being manipulated by things. Stop that karmic cycle and escalations to becoming a perpetual victim or becoming the provoker. So this is definitely a sign of like you're stopping these cycles. This is such a cool energy, guys. You got also the gates of heaven, and that is releasing yourself from lower vibrations. And it does feel like that is what is going on. So cool. Then you have the ivory swan goddess, and that's releasing guilt, shame, judgment, or fear that you are enough, and it is time for you to shine. So it feels like that there is a little bit of that resistance of you ending it and moving forward, and there's that shame and guilt, and it's time to let that go and just continue forward. And then your last card is going to be Thorisa, and that is releasing or not releasing, but choosing wisdom and removing old thorns from your side. This rune actually does mean thorn. So it's kind of funny where you're removing that old thorn from your side. So it's also letting go of emotional baggage and the past. So it also is really saying to listen to all sides. So any sort of story, gossip, things like that, you need to listen to all sides of it before judgment. And that's really calling back on that Mother of Mercy as well with manipulation. Because when you are around people that manipulate, they try to spin one side of the story without and hoping that you don't go and look at all of the sides of the story. All right, guys, I think that is it for number 1. So make sure that you do like this and subscribe. Comment below if it did resonate with you. And we, guys, are on to number 2. Okay, so number 2 is Ruby Shine. All right, so let's name these cards off. So we have the 3 of Cups. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the Fool. We have the 8 of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles. The Page of Wands. And then 10 of Wands. Okay. So it looks like with the ruby energy is trying to shine through things. So it feels like that there is still some burdens that are going on here. I think you really need to focus on your relationships with others. So that would be with your friends, coworkers, neighbors, family. Really focus on and shine those up for sure. I think you've been kind of going into this cold aspect, and it's really hard to be friends and want and to really shine when you're constantly like, I have to do this, and I'm like cutting through the point and just kind of being cold and bitchy. It's time to celebrate, and it's time to celebrate with who and what are your true foundations. Excuse me. Excuse me. Woo! So it's really time to focus on what those foundations are and what really does bring you joy and really makes you want to shine on. So you do have the Fool, and the Fool is like starting over. So it's like a beginning. So it feels like you've gotten past a lot of stuff. There feels like that there is a lot of emotional baggage. And so you're starting to get over it and you're starting anew, which is great. I'm really sorry, guys. But really do focus on that foundation. That's going to really help you propel through the hard times and not having to be this kind of cold person. Because it feels like you're trapped somewhat in the past. You need to embody more of the Queen of Pentacles, which is really earthy, down to earth, really warm energy, almost like a mother energy. But it's really hard when you're holding on to what has happened and you won't let go. This is another 4 card, so that is also stability. So there is stability that's coming into your life, so you get this freedom of the Fool, but you really need to focus on also keeping it stable. Because the Fool is very much a fra-la-la-la-la, like I'm out of here and I'm doing whatever I want. So you want to make sure that that stability is still in place. I feel like you're having some really great creative energies that are coming into your way, and you're going to be hearing about it because of this message from the page. But a word of caution, this might become a burden. This might be something that is going to be too much. So this can be a hobby, this can be something of that, like that, where it has become too much to bear and you've bitten off more than you chew. So again, focus on that stability, focus on the bare bones, and then build off of that. Then you got Kali, which is endings and beginnings, which is so strange because on the first one, there was also an endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. So I feel like with this energy of like feeling trapped and holding on to the past, you can't get that new beginning because you're keeping a hold of the past. So it's time to let go and let that energy start. Then you got Yod, which is destiny. You got South Node, which is life's debts. Then you have air element, which is communicating. You have moon, which is soul. You have lunar eclipse, which is change. You have Jupiter return, benefits. And then Cancer, I feel. So with the right off the bat, that just really rung to me is the air element and communicating, and that is with your Queen of Swords. That is an air sign card. So this can be you are either an air sign or you're having that communication barrier. Or you might be over communicating. You would think that shouldn't be an issue, but sometimes when you're having issues and whatnot, you need to confine into who is your foundation. Don't communicate your problems to your person that's behind you at the grocery store. They're not going to help you because they don't care about you. And that's really harsh to say, but it's true. You want to be asking and talking and communicating with people that know you, that know your life, and that want to be involved with it. With the endings and beginnings, destiny is totally at play. And I feel like a lot of these, this baggage and whatnot is life's debts. This can be something that has happened in a past life, but this can also be like a karma issue where maybe some bad stuff's happening because of what you've done in the past. Leave it in the past and grow new karma. There is some soul work that's going on right now, and that is starting to change. And I think you should start to feel that shift with that ruby energy. It's that shining. It's going to be a really positive shift, and you'll start to feel those benefits of it. And I'm going to say as early as Cancer season, which starts this month on the 22nd. This can be during the season. That's what I'm kind of feeling for, but this can also be an astrology sign of Cancer. Then you got the, enter the chamber of healing. A spiritual gift of healing is coming to you now. Be open without expectation or preconceived notions, and allow the healing energy to help you find the best solution for any situation that does not appear to be as it should be. Expect your miracle. So that's pretty much like letting go, like completely let go. Let the baggage end so new things can begin, and you can really focus on that healing, because there is baggage. It is emanating off of this with that 8 of Swords and that 4 of Pentacles. Then you got the sacred river Yangtze, and that is your soul is being cleansed like a riverbank. You are changing, which how creepy is that? You have the soul card, the moon, and then you have the lunar eclipse, which is also change. Very spooky. Then you have the celestial mountain. And what that is asking for help and guidance from spirit, universe, God, divine, or your higher self. It's time to really ask for that help. So it's just making a little prayer, making that kind of initiative of asking your higher self for help to get out of these certain circumstances so you can truly shine. Then you have the yellow tiger mother, and that is you are a powerful being of light and live your truth. What a cool card. I've never gotten this card before. That is a cool reading. And then the last but not least is Yawaz, and that's the rune of the horse, which is being powerful and also being present in the moment. So it's time to stop looking at the past and what has happened, what has hurt you, and it's time to be present and move forward. All right, guys, that is it for number 2. Make sure that you do hit the like button and hit subscribe. Also, comment below if this resonated with you. I love to read your comments, and we are on to number 3. So we have Labradorite, and that is take action. Your first card is King of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, 10 of Swords, the Lovers, 5 of Cups, 6 of Wands, Knight of Wands, Temperance, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and 6 of Pentacles. Very interesting read. It does feel like you've been, I'm getting like an earth sign out of the King of Pentacles. So that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And it feels like you have been really like standoffish. You've really been like, I gotta wait, I'm stopping, and you chose the Labradorite. It's time to take action. And I feel like that Hanged Man in suspension and just stopping, energy needs to stop now. And I feel like with that 10 of Swords, either there's going to be a betrayal action, but I honestly feel like it's just like you need to stop, you need to take action. What are you wanting? There's choices to be made, and that's that Lovers, and that can be a love aspect if you are single. It's time to take actions that get yourself out there, start meeting new people, doing something that you might not normally have done, which like speed dating or online dating or going to places to meet people. Really putting yourself out there and making that choice to do that. And I think things are going to start to change, but you have to be optimistic with it. Don't go into these new choices already defeated, because you will be victorious. Once you get over that funk and you are positive about it, you're going to be victorious, and someone is going to be coming into your life soon. And this can also be travel as well. So this could be meeting someone on a vacation or like a work trip. But make sure that you are balancing things, that if this is a love relationship, that you don't forget about your life, don't forget about your responsibilities, don't forget about yourself. Make sure that you do balance and moderate it. If this is choices, not necessarily a love reading, it is also about balancing. It does feel like there is going to be some kind of scandalous energy with that 5 of Swords and that 7 of Swords. So make sure that when you do communicate that you are being truthful and concise. You will be victorious no matter what, but you might hurt someone's feelings. You might have a date with someone that really, really likes you and you don't really like them as much as they do. And it's just, that's kind of the game with that kind of aspect. 7 of Swords is really reiterating that you need to make sure that you have those healthy boundaries and keep up with those healthy boundaries. And last but not least, be generous with not only others and anything like that. Be generous with yourself. Take action about being generous and that whole pay it forward movement. So this is really like you need to stop being stagnant and just go for it. And then you got Bridget. Don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. And you need to take action on that. If you feel like something is not right or you need to take a stand on something, don't back down on it. Then you have the 12th house, and that's escape. You have the 7th house, which is partners. The Black Moon Lilith, which is mystery. And with those, it feels like that there is a lot of action that needs to be taken, and there's a partners. So this is partners that can be coworkers, that can be friends, that can be family, that can be lovers. There is this really emphasis on other people, partners. So what that means to you, that can be the mystery. It's being very clouded right now because of it. So it's time to take action and just move forward. Stop this stagnant energy. Escape this stagnant energy. Don't run away from problems. It's time to take action and take it now. Then you got the healing, the divine masculine, and that is the divine masculine within provides protection, discernment, healing, and a sense of deep safety and holding, even through the most uncomfortable circumstances of life. Your inner masculine is going through healing right now, growing stronger in the ability to offer you inner protection and stability so that your inner feminine can blossom with creative expression. So cool. This is really like speaking to me in that aspect, because it does feel like this is a time for healing, and it is time to take that action for that divine masculine to really come through and really do protect that feminine side of you. Very cool. And then you got, and these two cards kind of creep me out for the way that these are my own personal cards from these deck when I've interviewed them. Creeps me out. So you have the reveal, the peacock beauty, and that is creative energies, and let go of doubt or fear with creation. So if you're afraid to sing or if you're afraid to paint, you need to let that go and just do it. You know, don't be afraid if someone says, oh, you're not that good or whatever. You know what? Fuck them. Like, do what you need to do. Have fun and really open yourself up to that, because that is what your inner light needs. It needs this creative energy, and it needs to start to express itself. And then last is the 9 of Worlds, and that means that everything is connected. So do not, and I think that's kind of with this mystery card, where things are going to start to seem like they're connecting in really weird ways, and it's just going to be really weird coincidences, and it's going to feel like magic. And I think once you start to see that come together, it's going to be like, okay, I'm on this path and I'm taking action, and look at what's happening. So make sure that your energy is moving and moving forward. All right, guys, well, that is it for that. Make sure that you do like and subscribe, comment below, and tell me all about it if it resonated with you. I just want to thank you so much for watching and supporting me, and I hope you have a great full moon in Sagittarius. Before I go, I do want to say that all of the stones were found in the Crystal Bible. So if you are a Sagittarius and you're like, that is not my stone, according to the Crystal Bible, it is. And then also the beautiful music, background music, is done by my good friend Alan, and his information is in the description box. You should check him out. He is so talented. So thank you so much, Alan. That is it for me. I hope you have a great rest of the day. And again, I hope that this resonated with you and helps you on to any sort of spiritual guidance and healing. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Bye. Bye.